Oh my god. Oh wow. I'm gonna cry. It makes me so emotional looking back. Can you imagine how excited I was? Oh my gosh, this is when I was in magazine. Genuinely needing to get like my musical theatre-ness out of me. Hello and welcome back to another video slash vlog situation, but it's very much a sit down video today. I'm sitting on my sofa. This is the super cute throw from TK Maxx. What else can I show you? These are my Peter Hannah art prints of the theatres that I spent the most time in, so the Other Palace and the Vaudeville. There's a half-dead plant behind me. The dog is right in front of me. He might be moving around during this. But for today's video, I thought it'd be really fun for me to react to my old TikTok videos. Now, I've been posting on TikTok for about 5 years now, actually 5 years, which is crazy, and it means that my digital footprint is quite large and in charge. There was a time where I was posting every single day consistently, so there's a lot of videos, what I'm trying to say, on my account, although I don't know how I'm going to find some of these because I don't really want to be scrolling the whole way back to my Tesco days because that would take me so long. Maybe I'm gonna have to. So this is my account. Is it gonna focus? Is this what the YouTubers do? Is that focused? I don't know. This is my account. And yeah, there's a lot of videos on there. So I think I'm gonna have to just scroll. It's gonna take so long. I mean, it could just type in like Hannah the Tesco, but I feel like some of the best ones are gonna be the ones that aren't gonna come up on that search. Do you know what I mean? My phone's gonna be like, reboot. Okay, I'm still scrolling and we're currently still in my 6 era, which means there's a lot to go through. Okay, we're in SpongeBob era now. We're on tour. I wanna get right back. Oh my gosh, can you imagine if I accidentally clicked off of it? That was my No Limits era, Panto era. Okay, now we're in Heathers. Oh no, that was Heathers because I went back for a little while and then it was Millennials. We're going backwards, and then it was actual Heathers era. Okay, we're in the Tesco era, but that was a 1.5 years. So let's keep going. This is crazy how much I'm scrolling. Okay. Donut time era. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about no. I've reached the bottom. I've reached the bottom of my TikTok feed. This was the first video I ever posted with my mum on Mother's Day. I'm gonna put a headphone in so that we can add the clip on top. Okay, so where the actual Tesco video started was videos like things in my Tesco job that remind me of my musical theatre career. And it goes part 1 to part 9, 11, part 1 to part 11. I think I did 11 of those. And the first one, it got 30,000 views to start with, and I was literally like, I'm famous! Okay, let's watch it.
Things in my Tesco job that remind me of my musical theatre career. Part 1. My name is Regina George. Here, take my Kleenex, wipe that lipstick away. I've been staring at the edge of the water.
That was so short and sweet. I'm dead. Do you know what it is? That first video wasn't me trying to make a viral moment, and it actually wasn't ever a viral moment. It's only got 4,000 likes. But that was me just genuinely needing to get like my musical theatre-ness out of me. I used to stare at that Regina kitchen towel all day thinking, my name is Regina George. And I would say it, and I've said this in interviews and stuff before, but I'd say it in front of my colleagues and they'd be like, what? Sorry, what's that? And like, they wouldn't get it. And I was like, I just need to get it out. And then when it got 30,000 views, I was literally like, oh my gosh, other people appreciate this. Okay, let's do the next one.
Things at my Tesco job that remind me of my musical theatre career. Part 2. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Sugar, butter, flour, honey, how he thrills me.
You can tell I'm so excited. You can tell that like my first video's gone a little bit viral. 30,000 views. And now I'm like, okay, right, let me actually put a bit more effort into this.
Things in my Tesco
okay, we're on part 3.
My musical theatre career. Part 3. There goes the baker with his tray like always. One short day in the Emerald City. There's a fine line.
When did I tell you I used to spend my whole shift trying to figure out things that I could talk about for this TikTok series. This one actually went pretty viral. This has 500,000 views, just under, and it got 42,000 likes. So this is when I was like, oh my God.
Things in my Tesco job that remind me of my musical theatre career.
Part 4.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and coronavirus.
What is wrong with me? It's so weird because I feel like this was yesterday, but I look back and I feel like I look so young in these videos.
Things in my Tesco job that remind me of my
Musical theatre career, part 5, 7, 8. Wow, it's giving production value. But it didn't pay off because this has only got 2,000 likes. And so I've put actual effort into this. A 5, 6, 7, 8. Part 6.
Now's the time to seize the day. Into the
I used to get so sweaty filming these.
I can hear the bells.
This one did okay, 24,000 likes. I actually got quite obsessed with it. I was like checking all the time.
My musical theatre career.
Part 7.
On my own, pretending he's beside me, waving through a window, losing my mind.
Why do I low-key like sound okay in these videos? Waving through a window.
Things in my Tesco job that remind me of my musical theatre career. Part 7.
Wait, this is part 7, but I just did part 7. Go. That's part 8. Did anyone say that in the comments? No, nobody cared. Right?
Things in my Tesco job that remind me of my musical theatre career. Part 7. Food, glorious food. Hot sausage and mustard. While we're in the mood. Cold jelly and
funny.
custard. Please, I want some more.
Oh no! I thought I was so funny. Still do. Okay, I can't show you this one because we'll get copyrighted. But this was the first one that went mega viral at the time. This got 1.3 million views and it got 180,000 likes. And it was 7 a.m, the usual morning lineup. And it's me like clocking in for my shift. So maybe just, if you want to watch it, just type in Hannah Lowther, when will my life begin? When will my life begin? Wait, I need to start this again. Actress accent challenge.
G'day, mate. Would you like a bag? Does one require a bag? Would you like a wee bag?
That's good.
Alright, do you want a bag, babes? Hey girl, hey, do you want a bag?
American bad.
Would you like a bag?
That was kind of boring. Have the hate comments started yet? Okay, I used to get loads of comments, people saying that I look like Amelia de Moldenberg. And I used to be like... one of the comments was like, you're like Amelia de Moldenberg from Wish. Because I'm like, not quite as good. Not quite as amazing. Oh... Right, let's skip through some of these because they're all the same.
Things in my Tesco job that remind me of my musical theatre career.
Part 10.
Spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Clang, clang, clang goes the trolley.
Oh, I used to have so much fun doing these, I'm not gonna lie. Clang, clang, clang goes the trolley. Also, some of these songs I didn't actually know that well. I just was like, I'd go on Spotify and I'd look at song names. I'd go on Spotify, I'd find playlists of like musical theatre playlists with really popular songs in, and I'd just like find the songs and then relate them to things we had in store sometimes. Okay, and then after a while, we get to the viral moment that kicked off my whole career. It's got 5.7 million views. Which is loads of views. I mean, nowadays, like it's still a lot, but nowadays viral videos have like 30 million views. And this is Tesco 9 to 5. Tumble out of bed and... Actually, I'll play the video because we can't use the sound and I'll just sing it. Because I feel like I have to show you this one. Some of you might have already seen it, but this was like the viral one. Dun 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 dun, tumble out of bed and I stumble to Tesco. Can't be late, gotta clock in, let's go. Yawn and stretch and think about my life. Jump on the tills and my heart starts pumping. Add on the doors, the anti-bag's pumping. And folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. Working 9 till 5. What a way to make a living. How will I survive? All I wanna be is singing. Lose my mind if I don't get a West End credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. Okay, at the time, right. Let me explain to you how I did this video. I had the idea, me and my friends thought about it. My friends should get credit for this. They helped me with some of the lyrics, definitely the anti-vax pumping line. And I wrote it because I was like, I want to do another one, like, when will my life begin? What song should I do? I hadn't planned what I was going to do in terms of the clips. I was like, I'm just going to go into work and I'm just going to randomly like film here and there throughout the day and work it out. And basically, I hadn't recorded the sound yet, so I was just recording the clips, and I wasn't doing it on my camera, which I do now. I was filming it directly in TikTok, and at the time, you couldn't edit very well on TikTok. I don't know if anyone was on TikTok at that time, but like, it wasn't all the cool like CapCut things we had now. It was very basic. So I did that. I then got home, I played the backing track on YouTube, and recorded it on voiceover on TikTok app. Tumble out of bed. I did it like 3 times until I thought I had it perfect, and then posted it. And the last clip in that video is me like running out of the store. That's because I ran out of things to talk about and it was the end of my shift, and I was like, oh, I've got to do one final clip of this video. Let me just film myself running out the store. And I had no idea that's going to go viral, and then like all of a sudden it was just going up and up and up, and I was checking it. Every time I was checking it had like an extra 100,000 views. Can you imagine how excited I was? I'd like for so long like wanted to break into the musical theatre world, and this felt like that was happening, even though obviously it wasn't me booking a job or anything. It was just me like getting some exposure. And then I basically just never let it go. To be fair though, I posted that video on the 16th of June 2020, and then my next video wasn't until the 23rd of June 2020. So like, I think I left it a while. Was that June or August? No, it was 8th, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. That was August. So I left it a while. Okay, right, let's get out of the Tesco era a little bit. Okay, and then I posted this video.
Story time! So here's how I went from TikTok to ITV London 6 o'clock news. It all started, it was all fun and games, making musical theatre TikToks, watch them if you haven't, when this one blew up.
I basically just did I'll just pause there, there's not much to see, but I basically did a whole story time video about how I was on national news. Like I said, I wasn't letting it go. The story of me posting this TikTok video of 925 went like BBC News, ITV News, everyone wanted to interview me. They wanted to come to the store. Like, I'm not exaggerating. It must have just been really slow news this week or this day. But I think because it was COVID times and they were really looking for like positive, enthusiastic stories to share. And that's what this was, especially when there was lots of talk around like key workers and people working in shops. And then there was the whole thing about Rishi Sunak saying that we all had to retrain if we were in creative industries and stuff like that. Anyway, that's my OG Tesco era.
Mamma mia, here I go again. Tesco, how can I resist you? I can still recall our last summer. I still see it all.
I used to hate working on Frozen, basically, because I worked at Tesco Express. I had to do a bit of everything. And when you're doing the frozen food, like, oh, just even the sound of like the frozen stuff like scraping against each other, I was literally like, ugh, and it was so cold and horrible. On a hot day, doing Frozen's good because you can just chill in the freezer. It's a bit weird. I used to hate working on Frozen. Anyway. Not Frozen the musical. I would have loved that. I actually used to, when the buses would come past, I'd often see buses with Frozen the musical posters on, and I would take pictures of the buses to be like, one day I'm going to be in a musical. Guys, it's really cute.
Little Tesco fun fact for you. The very famous bag for life is literally a bag for life. Do you want to know why? Oh, I'm going to tell you. So you buy a 20p, yes, 20p bag for life. But if it breaks, you bring it into the store, we'll recycle it, and we'll give you a brand new bag for free. Hence the name Bag for Life, because it's literally a bag for life. Although, I don't suggest you use plastic bags because it's bad for the environment. But just a little
disclaimer, don't do that. I was so scared about being cancelled. I was like, I'm going to just have to make sure I tell people not to use plastic bags. Whenever I would mention stuff about Tesco, people would jump to the comments to be like, that's not right, blah, blah. And I'd be like, I hate being wrong as a person. So I was like, okay, well, I'm obviously going to prove to you that I am right. Like, I literally know that that's right. Like, I used to talk about meal deals and stuff, and people would be like, that's wrong. You don't get a smoothie included in the meal deal. I'm like, yes, you do. And I'm going to show you the facts.
So put a finger down if you're an actress and when the pandemic hit and the whole theatre
one's
industry closed, you went and got a job at Tesco. So you're working full-time at Tesco for around 9 months, and because all the theatres were closed and the government didn't really support the performing arts industry at all, you actually started considering different career options because you thought you'd never get to perform again, until the restrictions lifted and you actually managed to book in as Sleeping Beauty in the pantomime that Christmas, and you are so excited. It's like a golden ray of hope. So you leave Tesco's, you start rehearsing for the Panto, you rehearse for a whole week and everyone's working really hard to get the show up and going. You turn up to the theatre for the first day of tech and dress rehearsal because we open on Saturday, and then you start getting ready, and then you find out that actually your area is going into tier 3 on Saturday, which means that the pantomime can't actually open, and you have to just go back to stacking shelves at Tesco. 2020 can do one.
Oh, I was so emotional about that, and I rightly so, because I'd booked this Panto job and I was like, finally I'm getting to perform again, like maybe I'm actually gonna succeed in this industry. And then we went into lockdown, like that's when they introduced the tier system, so like everything opened up and then it closed again or something like that. And they were like, literally the hour of, they put an announcement out on the news like, your area is now in tier 3, everyone go home. Panto just cancelled like that. I was like, right. And it was fine. Luckily, I was really grateful that I could go back to Tesco and pick up my shifts again and still make money over the Christmas period. But like, I just wanted to be on stage so badly, which makes me so, I'm gonna cry. It makes me so emotional looking back, because if only I'd have known, do you know what I mean, that it was all gonna be okay and I was gonna succeed in what I really wanted to do. But it just makes me emotional looking back and just thinking like how desperate I was and like how much I loved it and just was so passionate about it and wanted to do it, and still am. But like, I look at my face and I'm so hopeless. I'm like, oh, I posted an Instagram story, it's in my highlights on my Insta, my Tesco highlights. It's like, how does anyone go about getting an audition nowadays then? It's like 2021. And like later on that year I booked Heather's, but like, it's just so, it's just so crazy. Like, it's mad. I just feel very lucky that it's worked out for me and I'm able to do what I love. Whoa! Okay, loads of different videos here. Like, which one shall I pick? My first brand deal, my first, did I even disclaim it as an ad? Yeah, I did. Oh my gosh, thank God. Was for Ted Baker, and it was like, I don't know about you, but I feel better when I'm dancing. And like, now you're not allowed to use songs like that on ads because you have to get the rights to use those songs for an ad. So like, that's why whenever anyone does ads now, you're just using like backing music or music that's been pre-approved by the brand, or like royalty-free music, basically, like the music we'd put in the back of YouTube videos, like this. It's royalty-free, which means we don't have to pay to use it. Anyway, I used Better When I'm Dancing Meghan Trainor, which they approved, Ted Baker approved, so not my problem. I put so much time and effort into this video, and then I sent it to the brand, and they paid me £50, 50 whole pounds, and I was literally like, that is a whole shift at Tesco, and some. I was buzzing. Now I understand the influencer marketing industry a lot more. I know that £50 is not a lot. I put so much time and effort into this ad, and they came back and said that they weren't happy with it, and I had to redo it. I was so upset.
Absolutely no one asked for this, but here it is. It's another outfit of the day, the OOTD.
I'm obsessed with Diana Galetti.
Darling. She's giving you,
she used to do this videos all the time, and I was like, oh, I really want to do that too.
Fantasy.
And I used to tag her in all of them, and I'm like, I'm not trying to copy you, but like, I just want to get your attention. And then I ended up singing with her in New York, and she's so nice.
Move it over. Keep the shoe. It's an 11 out of 10.
I've got a bit of cross on. I don't know if you can see in that video, but I've got like a little bit of chocolate or croissant or something around my mouth. This is when, around this time, the hate comments were pretty vast. Everyone saying I was really annoying, really jarring. This one says, you know, obviously there's Chicken Shop Date, and everyone used to think I looked like her. They've called me Kebab Shop Date because I'm not quite Chicken Shop. Way too much energy was put into this. Someone called Jack has told me that. Right, Jack. Oh my gosh, this one's pretty viral. 2.9 million.
Honey, honey, how he thrills me. Chicken tikka, tell me what's wrong.
Is this a repost? I swear I've already done this.
Super trooper, the lights are gonna find me. Waterloo,
couldn't escape
if I wanted to. Chance, take a chance, take a chance, chance. Does your mother know that you're out? You are the dancing queen.
I just know I'm going to click on these comments and they're going to be vile. Second-hand embarrassment. Oh, do you know what? I always focus on the bad ones, and actually there's loads of really good ones, and there's 392,000 likes. So 392,000 people like this video, but like one person will be like, you're so embarrassing, I hate you. And I'll be like, oh, why am I like that? A lot of people used to always just say, oh, so this is why the shelves aren't stacked. And it used to annoy me so much because I'm like, I don't work for you, I work for Tesco. And it just made me feel like a piece of meat. I actually used to go in early for my shifts. Not at the start. At the start I was doing it on Tesco's time and money, so thank you Tesco. But gradually when I started having more like bigger ideas for videos, I would clock in. I wouldn't clock in early, but I'd go into the store at 6 a.m. My shift started at 7. I'd film for a whole hour and then I'd obviously clock in at 7. So I'm not being paid for my time whilst I'm doing this. My shift doesn't start till 7. So that's that. I loved this. Scan your club card to win club card points.
Find your favourites or have a browse. Help is coming. We just need to approve this.
I knew this one would annoy people. Like, I knew this one would get hate comments, and I did that on purpose because I was like, if people think I'm jarring, I'm just gonna go for it anyway, you know? And this, how I got that sound was I stood next to the machine and I pressed all the buttons and like bought things and made the machine do the talkie, the club card machine, what's it called? The self-service machine, do all the talking bits, and I put my phone next to it and recorded it. So then I edited it. By this point, we're not editing in TikTok, we're editing in a different app. And then like splicing it all together. And then I took it in the next day and I recorded myself doing it. Crazy, crazy. I took my driver's license last week. Oh my gosh, this is when I was in magazine.
Okay, so I'm literally shaking. I did an interview with Cosmopolitan magazine a few months ago to be featured in the magazine, and I didn't know when it was going to come out. And one of my colleagues just said, oh, by the way, your article's in the magazine on the shelf.
This was
right
crazy,
now.
let me pause it. This is crazy because I was interviewed to be in a magazine, in Cosmopolitan magazine, and we sold that in the store. So this video shows me going to basically buy the magazine that I'm in, and like, I don't know, I was selling that magazine to people whilst working behind the till. Wild. Press play.
Oh my god. Hey, where is it? Am I being stupid? Oh, it's right here. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna take it out the back. I'm so nervous.
I obviously didn't steal it. I'm taking it out the back, but obviously I paid for it. And then my mum came in and bought one, and she got
this whole article.
crazy.
The rise of the influencers, and that's the pool guy. And look, there I am, right in the same magazine as Jessie.
Oh, that was such a crazy moment. I know I keep saying crazy, but like that is how I'd explain it. Like that was just such a crazy moment. Like I'm behind the till selling a magazine that I'm in. Oh, I used to love doing this, telling lies to people and like filming myself and like getting their reaction. And I did it with my colleagues. Where's that? I did it with my colleagues, but I also did it with the kids that I teach because I was teaching on a Saturday.
Guys, I've just got a job, a performing job.
What is it?
It's basically, oh my god, I'm so excited. I got the job of Reading Football Club's mascot. So I get to stand in the costume and dance at all the games.
Oh, they were so excited.
Yeah, I just got the email.
Like the lion?
Yeah, I dress up as the lion and dance.
My eyelashes look so long in that.
And you're going to go like this. What are you laughing at? I was Crown Street Dance Champion here in 2010 when I was a student.
That's when I was
They
born.
scouted me to be in the Step Up film, so I was in the Step Up film. And we did this.
They don't know what the Step Up film is, Hannah.
Like that. So actually, fun fact about Jojo Siwa, did you know that she's my second cousin?
She's your cousin? You have a famous cousin?
I know!
You have a famous cousin! Those kids are probably like not even little babies anymore. They were the little minis I used to teach. Right, this one actually has a story behind it. So you guys know that I'm a performer, and I am so excited to say that I have got a job. This is literally a dream come true. I can't
I've been cast as shop assistant in the Tesco staff training video. So the guy's coming to our store today to film, so I'm going to show you behind the scenes. So, me and Charles are out here filming, say hi.
You know what is so funny about this is this guy came in to the store, filmed me for hours. Like, Tesco paid me for my time. Not like ad money, but they paid me like my hourly wage to come in early to film for this staff training video. And the video is nowhere to be seen. This video doesn't exist. Maybe he forgot to press record or something. But like, I was coming up with all these creative ideas. We were filming for like a couple hours. I've never seen this video.
And I reported it to my
I thought I did a great job. Obviously, I don't know, there was something weird going on with that. I mean, the guy was nice enough. He came in, his name was Charles. He came in. I don't know. That was so random. He was nervy all night. You barely even dance with me. I look so fresh-faced in some of these videos. It's actually mad.
Hello,
Love this
and welcome
one.
to episode 1 of turning my hate comments into a contemporary dance piece. Let's go. You clearly weren't great on stage. Otherwise, you wouldn't be working at Tesco. No!
I look so tanned.
Just no. Stop
Oh,
dancing and get back to work. This girl makes me so angry.
These are all real hate comments.
She's got to be the most annoying person on TikTok. If I saw this in Tesco, I would drop kick her. Clap emoji.
Imagine taking time out of your day to comment that. If I saw this girl in TikTok, I would drop kick her. In TikTok? In Tesco. And then I booked Heather's. I got my dream job. I can't show you that as well because we'll get copyrighted, but that is one of my favourite videos of all time. For obvious reasons, but it had been a long slog and I've been putting myself out there and pushing and pushing and pushing, and I'd finally managed to book something, which then led on to like all these incredible, amazing things that I'm so grateful for, and it's just, it is crazy. And then the Heather's content begins, which is nice to look back on, but it honestly doesn't feel like that long ago. It was so funny, I used to get comments people being like, oh, your content's so boring now, wish you were back at Tesco. And I'm like, what do you want from me? It's like this whole thing with social media, isn't it? Let me take this out because I feel like I'm underwater. Am I shouting? Maybe. It's like this whole thing with social media where you'll only support someone when they're relatable, and then as soon as they are not relatable to you, it's like, I don't like you anymore because you've been successful. Or I don't know, I've seen stuff online where people say like they'll support, say like a beauty influencer or someone like that, they'll support them loads and loads and loads, and these influencers are really excited to be going to new events and to be getting new experiences, but as soon as they start becoming successful and maybe making money off of it and then like buying a house or, you know, being able to do nice things or go on nice holidays, people are like, you're not relatable anymore and I don't like you. It's like you don't want to see people do well, really. It's a really weird one. Obviously, it then gained me loads of different followers from a different realm, like from the theatre world. I do think like a lot of the OG followers will be people that were just like fans of Tesco, you know, which is most people in the UK, right? I mean, not fans of Tesco, but like people who just go to Tesco and they're like, haha, that's funny. And then they don't relate to my theatre content at all, or even maybe even see it or remember that they even follow me. But I was so glad to like, I've got a whole new different following from Heather's and Six. I think I'm going to leave it there. I mean, the Heather's content doesn't feel that long ago. It's so nice for me to look back and see all these different eras of my life and like see all the different things I've done. It as much as it's scary having this like digital footprint, not scary, but just kind of like creepy. It's amazing that I've got all of this to look back on and remember. And if TikTok were to ever go away in the UK, it would be more, obviously, that I'd be losing a huge platform, which would be pretty not great for my life and my career. But also I'd be losing all these memories. And I have some of these things saved to my phone, but just to have it all in one place, it's kind of emotional. Right, I'm really tired of doing that now and I need a coffee, so I'm going to leave the video there. If you're interested in more, then you can scroll all the way back on my TikTok and watch these videos. I'm sure it would keep you occupied for hours, if not days. If you've got that type of spare time on your hands. As always, thank you all so much for being here on this journey, because when you see it all laid out like that, it's all happened so quickly. Like, Heather's was 2021 and it's 2025 now, and I don't know, I feel like I'm having an existential crisis. Is that the word? Where I'm literally like, whoa, this is all kind of crazy that we're here, you know? The growth is real. And we're gonna hopefully continue growing, and yeah, exciting things coming. Not theatre job related currently, but potentially other thing related. So stay tuned. I love you all so much. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you're following How Very Hannah on all those platforms and showing all the love for the pod, which I'm obsessed with. And I'll see you all next week for another video. Bye! And sing at the opera.
Something that I never casted her in anything. She's so annoying. You know what? We're going to do it for the pod. Anything for the pod.
No. Thank you.
Okay. Why is it so, you know when you like go to a restaurant with your friends and you pretend that you're American just for fun? Does anyone else do that? Yeah. Okay. Do you like singing? Can you sing the highest note? Should I go into pineapple? No.